Hello, and welcome back to my review of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This review is going to be a little bit different. I usually come home immediately after seeing the movie and write a script and make a video. This time, I saw it yesterday, and I took about a day to collect my thoughts and kind of sleep on it. And I just have some like bullet points here on my phone because I just want to speak more so from my heart with this one, less so than reading off the scripts I normally write. So, how was it? It's been nearly 5 years we've waited for this one. Well, the visuals are even more stunning than the first time. Nearly every frame is beautiful and like a desktop. There are so many shots you could posit that could be a desktop, a wallpaper. It truly, this film looks fantastic. Things are fluent. It looks even better than the first. I was blown away, and how they incorporate so many different types of animation all in one movie, because you got different characters that have different looks, or even an individual that has a more punk aesthetic or more comic book kind of look, and then it all just flows together. Different multiverses, all in the same scene, it all flows seamlessly. Soundtrack. Well, the first Spider Verse features one of my favorite movie soundtracks. I love nearly every single song in that film. And I still listen to some of those songs when I work out, even recently. So I think the soundtrack absolutely is fantastic. Both the musical score and the actual soundtrack are both phenomenal. I really like the soundtrack with this one. Again, I like it a little bit less than the first movie, but still, I think it's very solid. So I'm going to throw out a minor spoiler warning here. I feel like a lot of individuals should know this already. Um, this movie is a two-parter. So this is just part one of the story that they're trying to tell. So at the very end, after I get into spoilers, I'm going to talk about where I think it should have ended rather than where it did, and also how I feel the ending impacts the story, and especially where it ended specifically. Um, but overall, the story, what we have here, and I guess in two perspectives. The first is that a lot of this stuff here is unfinished, and not like the film got released unfinished. Like, there are so many plot points set up that are not resolved in this film. Um, but I don't. It's not. It's hard because the next film isn't out, so we don't know how these things get resolved. A lot of things are up in the air. What we have here, and what we can predict, what's here that we can see that's set up. The setup is fantastic. I genuinely love a lot of the concepts that we're exploring in this film, a lot of the characters in this film, a lot of the plot events in this film. I love it. I feel like if the third one can stick the landing, this will be one of my favorite film trilogies, right up there with the original Star Wars, the Dark Knight trilogy, and even the Maze Runner trilogy, which I quite enjoyed. But on its own, if you were to just watch this film without the next one, it's it's okay. But so much is so not resolved, and I feel like that's a mass detriment in this current time that we're in, with the third movie not being out yet. In my personal opinion, I think that with how good this is, you should wait. The next one comes out March 2024. I don't know the date. I think it's the 28th or 29th. Just wait. It's not even a year. Just wait till the third one comes out. And then this one's on Blu ray, DVD. Watch it before you go see the third one. I think that is a much better way to experience this. Because as of right now, I don't think you should see it now. I'm glad I did. I enjoyed it, and I'm very excited for the next one. And I can be very patient and wait. I have no problem with that. But I think that overall, for the best viewing experience of this Spider-Verse story that they're telling, you should wait and not see this one quite yet. Again, I'm not saying this because I think it's a bad film. I'm just saying, really, for what I think would be best for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. Miles in this film, I love Miles as an as a protagonist in the first one. I think he's a great character, and I feel that's equally shared among this film. Uh, I really like his character arc he's going through, though it could use a little tweaks here and there. Overall, I think it's really good. And I like what they're doing with Miles right now, but it hasn't been resolved yet, so I might retract that statement next year. So far, with what we have with Miles, I like it. The antagonist of this film, who was in the trailers, I believe Spot is his name. This guy is goofy. This guy's funny, but this guy's also really cool. He does a lot of interesting things that I really liked. And of course, another antagonist is Miguel O'Hara, who is 2099 Spider Man. I don't know too much about him. In fact, all I really know is this film. Outside of this film, I know next to nothing. And I've been excited to see this guy since the 2018 one, and I feel like he certainly lived up to expectation. Um, but also, this film doesn't have a clear cut antagonist, as both of them sort of dominate different halves of the movie. So, antagonist wise, both of them, we still need to see more from both of them. And I think that antagonist wise, this film, perhaps it's not the strongest. Both of them are good. I like both of them. But the thing is, we need the third film to understand and appreciate both of them and what will potentially happen with their characters. But I do like it. And I'm going to talk more about my criticisms. I'm probably going to make a second video. I'm going to talk more about my criticisms in that next video. But overall, for now, I like this movie. I am beyond excited for the next one. And in my honest opinion, I think that if you loved the first Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, as much as I did, I think that you should just wait and view both films back to back. That's going to be all from me today. Bye, guys.